Hello YouTubers, this is Edward, Golden Palace, on a fine Monday morning, and we're vacuuming the pool today. Hadn't been done for a couple days. We had a bunch of swimmers yesterday again, and my beautiful Filipina wife helping vacuum the pool. Han, you're such hard working, hon. And she cooked me a wonderful breakfast already this morning. Very delicious. I'm very satisfied of it. And now she's helping out with the pool. I'm very grateful of her hard working. She's a very good wife to me. 90%.
90%.
What? It should be 100%? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, because I'm not perfect.
Okay, that's a good answer. No one perfect. That's for sure. Only God keeps us in our good graces, that we're not too sinful. So, Lizelle is here. She's so hard work. She's the one that always doing the pool, but Lilibeth is starting to learn it, so in case something happened to me or Lizelle need day off. You know, many different reasons.
Together, we still have a deal.
Yeah.
If we need emergency vacuum, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, vacuuming the pool can never be a real emergency, but when we have private booking, the pool really has to be perfect before the guests arrive. So that's one thing that we don't compromise on. The pool has to be perfect condition if we're having a private function. Because coming up Friday, we have the wedding reception. So we keep the pool very, very clean and in a good condition. I've gotten to be so good with evaluating the water of the pool. 90% of the time when it's crystal clear and blue like this, I don't even have to test the water of it. Once in a while, I'll test the water with my litmus, chlorine, and alkaline. It shows all that stuff. If you dip the paper into water, and you can read it on the chart, you know, what it needs or what the balance of the pH is on it. But that's one thing I really like about the Philippines. You know, in a pool, you never have to heat the water. The water is always a perfect temperature, and no freezing problems you ever have to worry about. Plus, when it rains here, the rain isn't so acidic that you have to rebalance the water. But when we had, remember, hon, when we had the pool,
We experienced that before. It took 1 week to make the water back
in Las Vegas, where we used to live. If it have a big rainstorm there, which is rare, but when you have one, the color of the pool turns bad right away, and it takes sometimes a week. Well, it shouldn't be a week, but it was probably close to that one time where we had to rebalance the pool, get rid of a bunch of water in the pool, refill the pool, rebalance it with chemicals and stuff, and it's just a real pain because the acid in the rain there in the Las Vegas area and a lot of areas in the U.S. now, the rain condition's so acidic that it just destroys the pool, the balance of the pool. But here in the deep jungle, the rain it's very close to a balanced pH. I was shocked of it because I was waiting, you know, every time we get to massive rainfall here, I mean, like a couple inches in an hour or two, I was thinking, oh shit, I'm going to be spending so much money on chemicals here in the Philippines because of all the rain that we do get. And I was shocked when the rain balance, pH balance of the rain is even close to neutral. So I'm shocked of it, and I'm so happy of it because I would have been broke by now if I was Las Vegas, if it rained as much in Las Vegas as it is here. And that tells you air quality, right? in the southern hemisphere of the world, because majority of the people are not in the southern hemisphere of the world, the air pollution is way less, way lower than what it is in the northern hemisphere, because the majority of the people in the world live in that 33 degrees in the northern hemisphere of the earth. Yes, the highest concentration of people in one small area is Southeast Asia, but if you look at the total population of the world, majority of people and the majority of industry is in that northern hemisphere. So maybe that's why we don't get such bad pollution down here compared to other places. I mean, I know in China, the industry over the last 20 years has gotten so bad that the air quality and the river quality there in China, where the industrialized areas are, has gotten really terrible. But you look all over the world, it's like that. The rivers are becoming bad. Even here, you know, so many people, more and more people washing their clothes in the river, and just the way things are in this whole earth right now, the pollution is pretty bad. That's why we all got to do our part, really, to not to litter and to try not to be, you know, even when I burn garbage, I don't burn everywhere. I burn in one place, and I, you know, do the best I can to not spread that in other places. Try to just, that's why they have landfills, right? They try to keep all that in one place. But the way it is here, people just burn their garbage everywhere, right? If they live in the province where there's no landfills, people still just burn their garbage anywhere that they live. And that's not good for the environment at all. But you got to make the best of where you're at and what you're doing. This is this creepy crawler is what I call it. There's a lot of different names for it.
Okay.
Wow, very good. Are you expert pool cleaner?
Lizelle, yeah.
So this is called a creepy crawler, and it's use the suction line of your pool circulation pumps. That's where you hook the hose up to, the suction, right? So it's an automatic suction from your circulation of the water in your pool that runs this, what's called a creepy crawler, or a pool vacuum.
I have to check my laundry.
Okay. Wow, you have many jobs.
Yeah, right.
So anyways, this creepy crawler, they're pretty expensive. I bought 2 of them in the U.S. before I even came here, but I have both Lazada and Amazon that I can use for ordering. I can get almost anything I want, and usually I can get a free shipping on that too. I try not to order anything without free shipping unless I absolutely have to have it, right? Because I'm, like I said on some of my other videos, I'm on a pretty tight budget until my last pension, which is Social Security. Some people don't call that a pension, but everyone here calls Social Security a pension. So if Social Security is still around when I am eligible to receive it, I'll be 60 years old here next month. So I still have an additional 2 years I have to wait before I receive my Social Security pension. My other oil field pension that I got, I used almost all of that except for a small savings that I saved off of that to buy and buy land and build everything that you see here, right? And we have another small house that's in our second property there, but it's just a grass hut basically in our second land. We say second land, third land on different land that we bought, and that's all agricultural land, right? Because we have a coconut plantation here. And we've planted more coconut, more dwarf coconut, so we should start harvesting off that in 3 or 4 years, which should double our coconut production in 3 or 4 years. So if you watch any of my other videos about the coconut harvest, it's like a 5-day harvest, approximately four guys or 4 workers for 5 days, and then if we double that production, that'll be a 10-day harvest instead, or maybe at least 8 days, you know what I mean? Because you have to move to a different section of the valley here, because we have 3 hectares off to the west and 5 hectares off to the north, and then just we got about 1 hectare right around just this property here that the palace sits on, that we also harvest off of, right? So, and then Papa's been busier than hell. Papa and Joseline, one of Lilibeth's sisters, been working this back property. Working this back property with growing vegetable, right? This here, they're growing all this here. This is okra, right? All these are okra plants, and that's agave or something. All these here on the hill, I forget what the name of it is. I think it's called that. And then here again, over here, that's all okra coming up. And you can see the carabao Papa has here in the back. He's been plowing. He's been plowing this whole area here with the carabao, with his plow implement right here. There's the plow implement. Kind of hard to see. And that's just a single blade that goes down into the earth, and he plows his rows, right? Pulls the rock out, plows everything. He's going to do that in this whole area, and then plant more vegetable, whatever he wants. And then we have a banana grove in the center, and then on that far side, that's where I wanted to build a boxing ring, but Lilibeth and I are still talking about it. So it's a work in progress, or an idea that hopefully happens, but we're just not sure. And see how the property, I mean, I built this temporary retaining wall here with massive bamboo logs, which are becoming deteriorated now, and trees, and some roofing to hold the dirt back here so it all doesn't wash down, because it's really a steep drop off over this retaining wall I made. I made some good solid concrete piling with rebar in it to hold all that stuff in. I got several of those, 2 of them here and 1 or 2 over there at the other side, but just to kind of maintain a flat ground in this area. Eventually I want to take this whole hill here and spread this all out, all this lower area, and try to flatten this area out even more in the future. But it's a work in progress. I'm just putzing with it right now. You know, a lot of this stuff is from construction time, right? This is where they cut all the tiles and pour a lot of the concrete and stuff by hand over here. So yeah, it's kind of fun. And see how the coconuts grow, how they sprout out, and when they get so high, wow, look at the size of that snail right there. And that's a freshwater snail. Ain't that huge? In the Philippines, that's a freshwater snail. That's crazy, ain't it? And that's just, you know, we don't live by a lake here or anything. Got the pool on the other side of the wall, but yeah. I mean, and that's alive, see? That's wild. But yeah, that's how the coconut sprouts out, and then it just grows a coconut tree. So once this gets like 3 foot high, then you just dig a hole and put the coconut right in the hole and bury it back over, right? So it's pretty easy to grow coconut. It just takes about approximately 5 years to get produced coconut on it. And sometimes it'll take longer if you're not clearing the area, keeping it, clear, so it gets good sun. And a lot of other things that you can do is put nitrogen on it, and we don't do a lot of that stuff, so it's not like that's our top income. We basically do that as like a side business, just a small agricultural coconut plantation. It's not our main livelihood, right? So, but it's every little bit helps, and it's all wealth. I learned a few years back that all wealth is derived from land. All wealth. But if you pay taxes on that land, you don't own it. That's the sad part of what's going on with the cheating people out of true property ownership. All land titles should be allodial titles, which you're not required to pay tax on that. That's the way it should be. Because if you have to pay a tax on it, you don't own it. And they've fooled the people in most of the countries in the world to never be able to have any kind of true ownership in their property, because they're all forced to pay a tax on it. And if you pay tax, you don't own it. Someone else owns it. Whoever's demanding the tax, they're the true owners. Because what are they going to do if you don't pay the tax? They come and take your property. So this is the problem in the world right now. Someone else is going to own it. You not. That's the sad part, because if you had a true freedom, no matter where you're at, you should be able to own property, because all wealth is derived from that property. You can get sand, rock, crushed rock, gravel, whatever you want, you can make with the property you might own, or have an agriculture that you can sell, that you can make a living off that property, off that land, right? You can be self-sustaining on a piece of land, growing fruits and vegetables, whatever it takes, right? Having cattle and graze on your property and your land. But if you're constantly having the mafia coming to your house saying, okay, you owe us, otherwise, if you don't give me your money or give me something right now of value, I'm going to come and take your livelihood and take your freedom away from you. What are you going to do? Then that means it's not your land. It's not yours. You don't own it. You got someone forcing you to pay them something so you can stay there. You're just a tenant. That's the truth. It's just the plain truth. And I just can't believe that people on this earth got duped into that situation. It's absolutely terrible. So anyways, fight the good fight to try to stay free however you can do it. Love you guys. Take care. This is Edward at the Golden Palace. Please share my channel. I appreciate it. Just show you what I do here and tell you my story. That's all I can do. And to hopefully that helps you and others with anything they want to know about the Philippines and the area I live in, the northern island of Mindanao. So, love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.